All right, we're going to whip this bug into shape.
Oh boy.
We have a 25-foot, probably 100-foot long fiberglass whip. Now it's about 10 feet long. It's an old fiberglass whip that was, the fiberglass was delamming off of it. And if anyone knows, when you touch old fiberglass, it gets in your fingers. It's terrible and it's horrible. So I'm going to show you how to rejuvenate or kind of restore an old one with some clear shrink wrap and some decorative duct tape. So we're going to get to it. We're going to clean it up. And one thing I have already done was I did sand and paint it because it was all white and ugly. But now we're going to put the duct tape over it. And then we're going to roll with putting some, it's right there, clear electrical shrink wrap over that.
Where'd you get the heat wrap?
Oh, Amazon again.
Amazon.
I think this was, I can't remember the size of it, but it is just big enough to fit over it. So we'll get that going. So we're going to clean this off and get the new tape on. So I'm just getting a little brake cleaner, wiping off all the residual whatever's on here, dirt, mud, all that stuff. And wow, there's a lot. I'm getting off a couple of these little pieces because we're going to put one continuous piece on here of tape.
Do you have enough tape?
Yes. And then we'll just clean this off. Yeah, that should be pretty good.
Nice.
All right.
I want to get one of these so bad.
Oh, yeah. And you get the brake cleaner refill bottle. Probably the best thing you can have if you go through as much brake cleaner as I do. So, all right, let me grab... Oh, I had the razor blade over here that I got from Mighty Car Mods that I thought was cool. And truthfully, it doesn't stick as well as I thought it would. So instead, I found a better use. Well, I have used it for other things, but we're going to run it down. So I've already had this piece done, and what we're doing is running it down the whole whip here. And then we're going to put the shrink wrap over that, which is going to then keep it on, and so it doesn't come apart, stuff like that. So we're going to try to start at the top here, and with it all cleaned off, and it being so cold now down here, the tape is actually not coming off as well as I wanted it to. It's leaving residue, so that's cool.
Might be able to clean the top of that.
Yeah, maybe once we get stuck on here, I'll run some brake cleaner down it and see if we can get some of this, the sticky side of it keeps sticking to the tape itself.
Stick to everything but what you actually want it to stick to.
Yeah. I'm just trying to... Yeah, we're going to have to get this sticky stuff off because when we go to try to do the shrink wrap, it's going to want to just stick to all of it and not slide down nicely.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So there we go. So we got it all the way down. I'm going to cut it. And now I'm going to go back and start wrapping it around.
I see it is sticky.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a good idea to try to do this when it's cold out. I didn't think this was going to be an issue, but it is. Since we ran into a little bit of an issue that I wasn't expecting, and that's the tape sticking to itself and the adhesive sticking, and if it doesn't quite come off, then it's working its way off. So the heat shrink won't slide down this as easy if it's all sticky.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try to get
sticky.
Yeah. We're going to try to get it all off. I definitely don't completely blame the tape because it's super cold, but at the same time kind of sucks that we have to do it like that, but maybe I'll get some, I think I have some goof off. We might grab that because this might be worse for it. All right, we interrupt the current episode you are watching because it is sponsored by us, Speed Shark Garage. We now have all of our merch available online, and we will ship it to you, probably at a small price. Unless you're buying a sticker, we will ship those for free. So let's check out what we have currently. We have our traditional Speed Shark Garage logo on a nice thick gray t-shirt. Really good. Love the quality. We have a handful of select different hats with logos that we have done.
Handmade by us.
Handmade by us. Our newest one, which if you're a New Mexican, you know, but we have our Speed Shark Garage logo on the front, and on the back, we've got the infamous Montgomery Speedway. For those that watching and don't know, this is the street that everybody cruises up and down on here in Albuquerque. So we came up with our take on what it would be if it was actual raceway.
Yeah.
Now,
By cruise, we mean race.
Race. Yes. We also have our stickers, our holographic and basic designs out there. Like I said, you order stickers, those will be shipped free. Order all three, we'll cut you a deal. And then we also have, my other car is in the Arroyo. It's another inside New Mexico thing. Arroyo is the river. And when your car gets stolen, it usually ends up in there. So we've got those as a big bumper sticker, a good 9-inch by like 3-inch slap sticker with the shop truck, as you can see on there. So please check it out. We'll have the link down in the description. It's on the Etsy site currently, where we put all our other stuff, and eventually we'll be moving over to the website. But check out the Etsy store. All of our stuff's on there, and pick some up for yourself.
And say big thanks to everyone who showed up.
Oh yeah,
we may not use it, but I'd like
that's
to
great.
have it.
Also, we want to say big thanks to everyone local that has bought our stuff already throughout this year during shows, meetups, whatever. We greatly appreciate it. It's gotten us to be able to get more merchandise so we can get it out to people outside of Albuquerque. So thank you very much.
Buy our stuff. We want better parts.
Yes.
This is like one of those projects like I was having with the Husky that's like, I mean, it's simple, right? But like, should be simpler than having to figure out what you're going to get the goo off with.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a
Hopefully
quick
this
and
won't break you like that one did me. I mean, it really break me. Definitely frustrated.
Okay. We got a little goof off. Soak that bad boy. This should take it off. This takes off so much other stuff.
But that brake cleaner was like taking it off, but it was still kind of sticky.
It was spreading.
I love goof off though.
Works great.
Big fan. There it is.
There was something I wanted to try, because last time I did this, it was a little difficult getting it to slide all the way down. So I'm going to start it, but then I think we're going to take the air nozzle and shoot air through here, and then I'm going to have Daniel hold it there, and then I'll pull it, because what happens is it just gets where you can't. Yeah, we're going to.
It's just like,
see, we're sliding it over.
yeah,
and like
these little pinches there.
Yeah. And so once, oh man, so we gotta kind of like pull the hole. And I don't want to use any kind of soapy water or anything, because then it'll get trapped in the heat shrink when we go to heat shrink it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab the air hose. So, you know what?
What's up?
Have you blow air through that opening.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Ready?
Yep. Yeah, that's working. Almost. All right. We don't want to stretch it on this too much, because then when we go to heat it, it's going to shrink back.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure it's nice and loose on here, and it looks good. So it is. It's not pulled taut. There we go. So now we're going to get the heat gun, And this isn't the highest quality heat shrink, go figure. So in doing this, you definitely want to move quickly, especially on this bigger part where it is going to get more stretched out. This part's bigger down here, so when it shrinks, it's going to try to shrink smaller than what's around it, so it will sometimes split. There you go. That's all the word I was looking for. So the bottom here, we're going to start from the bottom, work our way to the top, so everything is pushing it that way. Start with down here so it sticks. There it goes.
So I see it.
And once it goes, you kind of want to, if you have never heat shrink before, definitely keep it moving. Don't sit in one spot. And some people like to use like a torch, but it does work quicker. But I feel like this stuff didn't react too well when I tried it. Tested with the torch, and it just split immediately. So we're just going to keep the heat gun on low heat. And it's going to take a little longer, but I think we'll get a better product out of it. All right, still freezing cold in the garage. But you probably just noticed the whole time lapse of the slow process of carefully heating up the heat shrink on this so it didn't split, and it came out perfect. I think it's pretty freaking awesome. We'll probably do some close-ups of it, but you could still see the Mighty Car Mod's chopped fingers throughout the whole thing. And for the most part, I think it was pretty perfect. There's no big wrinkles, no tears, nothing. Everything is clear. You can obviously tell what it is. And so next, because we're in New Mexico, and Daniel and I are both not originally from New Mexico, but we still like living here, we got the flag to go on top.
Zia.
This is the New Mexico flag. And I found these online through eBay through someone in Arizona called Devil Woman Flags. She custom makes them. They're embroidered. These ones are really nice. They're embroidered both sides, two-piece, sewn together. And I actually really like the way these are going to be installed. So I actually read the instructions on this when at first I did it. But there's a little nylon in here. And so that's sewn inside the flag there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip this over, and then we're going to use a hose clamp over that nylon to actually hold the flag inside of there so you won't even see it. So it's actually a really clean assembly way. Another thing I did that was kind of funny, Daniel thought too, was, and I came up with it on the fly, is this is just progressively smaller heat shrinks because I didn't want water coming down into here, which I doubt would ever would. But so now we have some rainbow heat shrink on there because why not?
It's almost like the champion, like the Olympic colors, right?
Yeah, there we go. It's the Olympic colors. So you're going to put this hose clamp on there first, yes. And then this side had out of both sides, this nylon was a little longer than this one, but you could use either one. So I'm going to do this one on the bottom, so it has really good secure. The top side just gets a zip tie. So for what it's saying is you stick it through right in through there, and you can see there's a sewn channel where that nylon is, and it's been reinforced. So it's definitely going to hold up. And here in New Mexico, it being as windy as it is probably a really good thing.
Not for our super high speeds in the Baja.
No, I think there's wind speeds that are bigger than there is.
Yeah, then the car would actually go.
Yeah.
Winds, the gusts here can be 80 miles an hour. I doubt that will go like 80 miles an hour.
So this one, I think this channel is a little too small, so I know it'll fit.
It's starting to come through.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Nice and
that's
secure.
All right. I will say she did ask for dimensions. I thought I measured this, so she will sew them to the right size. I might have measured it a little too small.
Well, and
but
also
tight
it
fit.
wasn't. We didn't have the
oh,
heat shrink
you know what it is,
and
it's
the duct tape.
You're right. So it definitely added just a small thing, but it definitely did affect it. So definitely not on her, but it's a nice tight fit. So I kind of like it. I mean, it's definitely not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's nice.
So then we're going to, okay.
Is the flag upside down?
The flag is, well, luckily there is no. If there was, I would have left it.
Yeah.
So just a simple hose clamp. And that's going to, I doubt this is going to go anywhere for how tight this is, but obviously we're still going to do it because I don't want to lose it. So that's nice and tight. Definitely not going to go anywhere. And then this piece just comes down over it. And there you go. You can't even tell it's, I mean,
that's pretty cool.
You can't really tell it's there.
I mean, not enough to worry about.
Yeah, I think it looks awesome. For this top one, you used to have this other piece of nylon. As you can see, I used the long one. This one's shorter. It's still no big deal. And then she just says to put a basic zip tie, which I think is just an extra security because for sure this thing is not going anywhere with that clamp. But we'll just put it on there anyways. Cut off the excess, obviously. Some wire cutters. And then fold that back over. And now we have ourselves for I think I spent for the heat shrink and the duct tape, maybe $10 in total. And then obviously like a can of spray paint, but you have that lying around. And then the flag, but we're not that's a different thing. So there we go. That's a whole rehabbed whip. As Devo would say, you whipped it good. And yeah, so if you have an old fiberglass whip, don't throw it away. Just do this. Just throw, like I said, I just threw a little bit of paint over it initially, sanded it, wear a mask when you're sanding because of fiberglass, and then a piece of the duct tape or whatever you want to put decorative underneath, lights, tape, or you could just paint it and then put the heat shrink over it. Yeah. But this heat shrink is decently durable. I'm not going to say it's like indestructible or anything, but now I can touch it. Before, when I had this, you could not touch this thing because you would get giant splinters. Itch. Bad. Very bad. So now we have the flag on there, and it's ready to get put on the bug for good. The whip is put back on. We've got it nicely installed down here on this little mount with a bolt, no big deal, and the flag up there. So there we go. And when it's not in use, we can just bring it down. And the mirrors make a nice holder. So that way I can go in and out of my garage. And, well, obviously it could go down into the garage. So there you go. That's the multi-use mirror whip flag restoration.